This is the WooCommerce Shop Connector. It's a companion add-on for Shop Connector Manager, and it teaches your CS-Cart store how to talk to WooCommerce. Install the manager once, add this connector, and WooCommerce appears as a shop type you can connect. Your WordPress catalog then flows into CS-Cart. Products, variations, images, categories, and attributes, and the orders your customers place in CS-Cart flow back into WooCommerce as real WooCommerce orders. Let's connect a store, walk through every setting, and watch it work. But first, WooCommerce needs to let us in, and it does that with a REST API key pair. You create it inside WordPress. In your WooCommerce settings, open the Advanced tab, then REST API, and click Create an API key. Give it a description you'll recognize, like CS-Cart. Leave the user as your own admin account. Then the important part. Set permissions to read and write. Read alone would pull your products in, but write is what lets the connector push orders back to WooCommerce later. Click Generate API Key, and WooCommerce shows you two values, a consumer key and a consumer secret. This is the only time it shows the secret, so copy both now. That pair is what you'll paste into CS-Cart. Adding a WooCommerce store starts here. Give the shop a name, choose the vendor it belongs to, and pick WooCommerce as the type. The address is simply your WordPress site's URL. Then the credentials. WooCommerce uses a REST API key pair, a consumer key and a consumer secret. You generate that pair inside WordPress under the Advanced tab in your WooCommerce settings, and the add-on links you straight to the documentation. One important detail: give the key both read and write permissions. Read alone is enough to pull products in, but writing is what lets the add-on create orders back in WooCommerce, and that's what sync orders controls. Leave it on yes, and orders placed in CS-Cart are pushed to WooCommerce. Set it to no, and the connection becomes one-way, catalog only. Once connected, the Settings tab decides how the sync behaves. Product listing chooses between your whole catalog and only the products actually published in WooCommerce. Price lets you mark everything up or down as it arrives. Action for unsynced products decides what happens when a product disappears from WooCommerce. Delete it, disable it, or leave it alone. And unlike some platforms, WooCommerce reports plain numbers for weight, so you get a weight unit setting here. Tell the add-on whether those numbers are kilograms, grams, pounds, or ounces. Finally, this grid decides which fields WooCommerce is allowed to overwrite. Let price and stock stay in step automatically, while your own descriptions and images stay exactly as you wrote them. Category mapping is refreshingly simple with WooCommerce because WooCommerce already has a proper category tree. The add-on reads it and shows you the full path for every category, so you can see exactly where something sits. Clothing, clothing then hoodies, clothing then hoodies then men. On the right you point each one at the matching CS-Cart category, and the import switch decides what actually comes across. Only the rows you tick are pulled in, so you can bring over one section of the catalog and leave the rest behind. If several rows share a destination, tick them and use assign categories to set them all at once. Features mapping lines up WooCommerce's product attributes with your CS-Cart features. At the top are the built-in fields WooCommerce knows about: brand, GTIN, MPN, and manufacturer. Below them, every global attribute you've set up in WooCommerce, things like color and size, each pointed at the matching CS-Cart feature. And here's a nice touch. If a product carries its own custom attribute that isn't in this list, the add-on creates a matching CS-Cart feature for it automatically. Additional mapping covers the rest. WooCommerce reports real tax classes, standard, reduced, and zero rate, and you match each to one of your CS-Cart taxes. Then the order statuses. WooCommerce has 8, from pending payment through processing, completed, on hold, and refunded, and each lines up with one of yours in both directions. And this section is unique to WooCommerce. Payment methods. Here the columns flip around because this mapping travels outward. You take each CS-Cart payment method and choose the WooCommerce gateway it should arrive as. With the mapping in place, importing is a single button. The add-on pulls your WooCommerce catalog page by page, then works through it in batches, so even a large store won't time out. WooCommerce is a little chattier than some platforms because it fetches each variable product's variations separately. But that's exactly what brings across every variation's own price, stock, weight, and images. And when it's finished, you get a clear confirmation. And here's the result. A WooCommerce product, now an ordinary CS-Cart product, sitting in the category you mapped it to. Its images came across, its price and stock came across, and its WooCommerce variations have become proper CS-Cart options, so a shopper picks the color and the style here exactly as they would on your WordPress site. Its attributes arrived as CS-Cart features too. From now on, WooCommerce's webhooks keep it current, but only for the fields you allowed. Now the return journey. When a customer buys one of those products from your CS-Cart store and the order reaches the status you mapped as paid, the connector creates a matching order in WooCommerce. The order page tells you exactly where it went with the WooCommerce order reference, so you can find it in WordPress in seconds. And it goes further than just the line items. Your shipping and any surcharges are carried across as fee lines. An order discount becomes a matching WooCommerce coupon, and your order notes are copied over as WooCommerce order notes. If you ever need to push a change again, Sync and Update Order does it on demand. That's the WooCommerce Shop connector. Connect with a REST API key pair, map your categories, attributes, taxes, statuses, and payment methods once, and let your WooCommerce catalog and your CS-Cart orders stay in step automatically. Brought to you by Cart Modules.